Wagwan, my loves, it's Knowledge Butterfly. I know you can't see me really, and that's because there's a power outage here. Obviously, from the siren, someone hit an electricity pole and knocked out the power for the entire neighborhood. I'm not sure how far up it goes because I didn't go outside and walk around. I just heard the sirens. However, today and actually over the last couple of weeks, I've been listening to a lot of Brother Panic and reading a lot. So just taking some time out while I'm continuing to transform. That's why I like um, the name Knowledge Butterfly, because a butterfly is a very transformational um, um, being, or you want to call them animal totem, whatever you want to call it. Uh, and also, of course, I've always loved butterflies. So that's why it's dark, basically, because of that. Anyway, anywho's, as always, I want to see you guys out. Peace, blessings, love, and abundance. And and goodness, let me get it out. And honestly, as well, to just remind you to keep growing so that you can continue to glow. You can, because the whole consciousness, or the whole point of it is um, lighting the spark within yourself, fanning that flame so that it can grow bigger and bigger, into the point where you have reached or tapped into your true self, where you have reached the level of where we used to be. And that's what I actually love about Brother Panic, is that he does a really great job of explaining what our purpose is, what we're here to do, and that it's really about doing the work for yourself, and not necessarily about others. And then once you've done the work for yourself, it just kind of spills over into your light, basically, which I've talked about in other videos, how as your light grows, you are going to vibrate and attract the right people, or the people that you're meant to come in contact with, and you're going to impact lives. That's just basically a side effect of your own personal journey. So the reason why I'm doing this video is really to just quickly talk about consciousness, and how we have people who call themselves conscious, and from the surface they appear to be conscious because of what they're speaking, the language that they're using, the words that they're using, the vocabulary. Basically is like the person who uses a whole bunch of big words. It's like T.I. You know how when T.I. talks and he's using all these big words, and you're like, pontificate and all this stuff, and he's not using it necessarily correctly, or he's using it and it's not even necessary. That's how some conscious people come off, because it's almost like you're just trying to show your level of intelligence, which is your logical side. So you're utilizing these words that you would not normally use, just to prove your intelligence to other people, which is still on the ego side of the fence, which is still your humanity, trying to showboat or make it about you, versus about being a vehicle or a tool, or using your gift or your talent to impact other people's lives, or even your own journey. But what I really wanted to talk about was not necessarily that, because I know there are people out there like that, is not just that point, but also the people who are playing dress up. So you know how when you are younger, you want to dress up in costumes, especially little girls. You may want to have like your first pair of little heels and stuff, because you want to dress up like your mother. That is your first reflection of what you should look like as a woman. So as a little girl, you look up to your mother, and you see where she dresses, and you try to imitate that. So you may go in her closet and play in her clothes and things, and then you start to maybe try to change your voice so you can sound like your mother. So you're mocking her, imitating her. That is what a lot of people are also doing. So you have people who are, feel the energy of quote unquote conscious person, and they have this picture of what they think a conscious person is supposed to look like. Just like we have a picture of what a marriage is supposed to look like, or a relationship between a man and a woman, or how a woman is supposed to dress or a man is supposed to dress based upon um our first for reflections of that, which are our parents. That's the same thing with consciousness and with the quote unquote conscious movement. You have people who think that your hair, everybody's hair, like if you are, Rastafari, everybody's hair has to be locked. Even though Ali Selassie the First didn't have locks, and the whole ideology of Rastafari was developed upon not only Ali Selassie the First, however, also Marcus Garvey. Neither one of them had locks, and what people fail to realize and see is that them not having locks did not take away from the messages that they were able to spread to the people, and obviously the impact that they were able to make, because people still talk about them to this day, and a whole ideology was developed based upon Ali Selassie the First and Marcus Garvey. So it's really to show that none of that really matters. So, like I said, people are just really playing dress up, and even the conscious movement, they think that you have to, like I said, look a certain way, dress a certain way, act a certain way, talk a certain way, use certain terminology, and if somebody doesn't use it, you scold them. And that's really coming from me just in my whole conscious walk. I've seen it all over the place, and even in myself. Certain words, like I just felt myself, like why would they say that? And then having to check myself. So, yeah. What else? I mean, that's really pretty much it. Just wanted to.
Hey, Tiff.
Yes, Daddy.
How long has been out?
Probably about 20 minutes now. I think somebody hit a pole.
Yeah, because they had the street blocked out.
Oh my God.
All the way around.
Yeah, because I heard the sirens. I had found a candle, which I actually is crazy because earlier today I saw that candle, and I was like, I should take that candle down, and I didn't take it down, and then look what happened. The lights went out.
Yeah, I got plenty. I keep my
I know, but
Walmart crowded like, oh my God, I didn't get it that way. Well, I can't. I'm go to Walmart that way.
Okay.
What's the word? Yeah, you got babies in the hospital.
No, I didn't know.
Yeah, you in the hospital about 2 weeks. Yeah, so I got one right here.
Okay.
I have some upstairs in the drawer.
Okay.
Yeah, they jacked it back. Can you come over Rivertown?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I heard the sirens, so I knew what had happened when I heard the sirens. And of course, the power was out, so that somebody was in an accident and they hit electric pole.
All right, well, here's another counter from you.
Okay. Cool.
What happened? Let's go off.
Yeah, it happens, but it is what it is. I know. Okay, y'all, my bad. I was talking to my father because he just got here and saw that the power was out. So, what was I saying? I know y'all like, damn, that threw me off. But, yeah, so it's just basically getting to the point where we don't put a particular description or give certain criteria for a person to look, act, dress, be, in order to be considered conscious, because true consciousness is a journey of self. It's not even a group movement. And your self journey, what it does is it allows for you to eventually bring your tools and gifts as a collective consciousness in order to benefit the collective consciousness as a whole, and just raise the vibrations of and the frequency of everyone as a whole. So just getting to the point where we realize that we don't have to put on airs, dress up. That all goes back to tradition. It goes back to tradition. When you call yourself something, then you're perceived to have to look a certain way. It's even in our jobs. If you work in corporate America, you have to dress a certain way. If you work in fast food, you have to dress in a uniform. Like, people are literally putting on uniforms to be conscious, or putting on a uniform to be whatever they call themselves to be. It's not a particular look. It's not a particular way on the outside you have to be. And if you feel that way, then you know you need to go deeper. There's no judgment. It doesn't mean you're wrong, but it just means you need to go deeper to know that there's more to it than your consciousness is more to it than a physical existence, because that is getting back into the Maya, the illusion that is feeding the energy that you're supposed to be you're supposed to be taming. Basically, you're supposed to be on disciplining it like as a child. But anywho's, I'm going to end on that note. I just wanted to get that out, my loves, and I definitely appreciate you all for tuning in. I'm going to get into some meditation since I have this time and no power and no Wi-Fi. I'm going to take this time to actually get into meditation and some time to work on connecting with my underworld, or my subconscious mind. So again, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in, liking, and I definitely appreciate you guys for listening to my perspective, and just going through this, actually taking the time out to go through your own journey. That speaks volumes. So I definitely love you guys, and as always, sending love out to the ether. Peace, blessings to you all. Peace.